Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, welcome to our program today. Inshallah, it's the family circle time. We're going to be studying together Islam as we have been doing for the last few weeks. Once a week, we meet and we discuss. We get to know what's going on in your life, what's happening. And I want you to share with us all your feelings and thoughts. Brother Alfonso, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our program. I'm delighted to welcome you. Brother Zakir, portrait is haram in Islam, bhai. This is serious matter in our din. Oh, somebody has just left a message from last week. Salam by my brothers and sisters, says Alfonso. If you haven't seen Alfonso's message, please read it. Alfonso is here, most regular participants of our program. Pure Peace says salam to everybody. How is everybody? What's going on with your life? Have anything interesting happening? When I take my glasses off, I cannot bear the weight of my glasses. I've been wearing it whole day. How has the sunny Sunday been for you? Sunday has been pretty hot today. Assalamu alaikum, says Fatima Mangira. Dearest brothers and sisters, from brothers and sisters, Husna Zahra from USA is excited to be with you. MashaAllah, welcome. Fatima Mangara and your family, alhamdulillah. Welcome to you all. I'm just asking a quick question. How has it been so far? What have you guys been up to? What's going on in your life? I would love to know. Over the last few weeks, we've been talking about Allah, how to understand Him, how to differentiate between pure belief on oneness of Allah, and also about prophets we've talked about. What I want you to focus on is knowledge that is true and based on authentic information rather than any dodgy mumbo jumbo stuff. Pure Peace says, great, alhamdulillah, I'm grateful. Allah has kept you well. And I pray to Allah that Allah keeps you well. You know, brothers and sisters, as I begin, I have a friend who is a doctor. And I just heard today that he's been diagnosed with COVID-19. You know, subhanAllah, Allah give him shifa. He is a doctor on the front line, offering, has offered all his life services to the people, and now he's been diagnosed with COVID-19. Isn't that a tragedy? May Allah give him shifa. We make dua for him and dua for everybody, anywhere, in any part of the world who's suffering. So today we want to move on with our conversation. So when we believe in Allah, we believe in the oneness of Allah. When we talk about the prophets, we talk about all the prophets. And we also talked about the books of Allah. Allah sent down various books, my dear brothers and sisters. Fatima Mangara says, too hot. Our parents limit our Wi-Fi. Well, you know, our parents limiting your Wi-Fi is a good thing. Mangara family, or every family, because if the children were left on the Wi-Fi the whole day, that would not be very good for their health, especially their mental health. So I'd recommend that you accept your parents' wishes and abide by what they have laid down for you. Remember, parents do things for hopefully the right reason. I'm just going to clean my camera for 1 second. My camera is not looking very sharp for some reason. Fatima Mangera says, no. What is no? Tell me. Anyway, today I want to talk about Quran. So Quran is one of the revelations that came. The first one of revelation that we know came to Prophet Dawood, Zabur, and the second one were Fatima Mangera's family saying, we thought you were cool. I am cool. You don't need Wi-Fi 24/7 to be cool. You need Wi-Fi and access to the internet when you need it, because some people get addicted to it, you know, and it can really damage your brain. The constant radiation that's going through your body, your mind, the constant time on the screen is not very good for you, especially if you're growing up. Anyway, let's move on. So we're talking about the Quran. So the first book that came from the Quran, we learned one of the revelations. Zabur came to Prophet Dawood, Tawrat came to Prophet Musa, and Injil came to Prophet Isa alayhi salam, and Quran came to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I don't know whether you know these, brothers and sisters, but I'm going to share with you something about the Quran in a minute. Badrul Islam Alam Mustafa says, Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I say with great sadness, my brother, my beloved father, Ghulam Mustafa, has departed this world. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. May Allah have mercy on his soul. Thank you for letting us know. We make dua. Allah elevate him and grant him the highest to paradise. Fatima Mangara says, we enjoy your program. Thank you, Fatima, Mangara's family. So I was saying, Quran is a unique book. There are reasons for why the Quran is very unique. You know why, brothers and sisters? Quran came down to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam over a period of 23 years. Quran is divided up into small chapters, as you know. But before I talk about the content of the Quran, I want to talk about the revelation of the Quran and the authenticity of the Quran. Allah says in the Quran that وَإِن كُنتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَى عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِّثْلِهِ وَادْعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُمْ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. If you have any doubts about this revelation, then if you have any doubts about this revelation, then produce a chapter like this. وَإِن كُنتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَى عَبْدِنَا. My brothers and sisters, this is so important that if you have any doubt about what Allah has revealed to us, then for us, the challenge is to bring a surah like that. Let me share with you the particular verse that I'm talking about, and then you will see what I mean quite clearly. Bismillah. Let's see if I can share it. Okay. How do I share a screen? I'm going to share a screen now. Okay, share screen. This is the verse. So take a look at this verse. Allah says in the Quran, وَإِن كُنتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَى عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِّثْلِهِ وَادْعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُمْ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. If you have any doubt or at any part of what we have revealed, bestowed on high, step by step, upon our servant Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then produce a chapter of a similar merit and call upon any other than God to bear witness for you, if you say the truth. What Allah is saying here is very, very powerful and very beautiful. And that is, if you have got any doubts about what Allah has revealed, then produce a chapter like the Quran. Any chapter. In fact, one single chapter would do. Maybe one line of the Quran would do if you can. But you can't. And Allah is saying, go and ask for help from anybody you want. Anyone you like, who you would like them to help, ask them to help you. Allah is guaranteeing you that you will not be able to produce even a chapter like this. My brothers and sisters, that's the challenge of the Quran. So we as believers, we as Muslims believe Quran is the word of Allah, came down from the heavens by Jibreel to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and is uncorrupted. Is uncorrupted. The Quran that we have with us has not been corrupted by human intervention. And if you think Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made it up, then go and produce a surah like in the Quran as a challenge Allah gave 1400 years ago. Until this day, that challenge has not been met by anybody. Nobody has been able to produce a surah or a chapter like that of the Quran. Isn't that interesting? Nobody. The whole world can come together. They can't. They cannot produce a surah of the Quran like the linguistic nature in the way the Quran is structured, the way the Arabic is put together, the way Quran speaks. Nobody has been able to even produce one chapter like this. Secondly, Quran has been preserved from the day till today, from the day it came down until even until the day of judgment, will be preserved. Now, I'll give you another example of how Quran has been preserved. Let me just get that up. So, Quran fragments have been found in Birmingham. Fragments found in Birmingham library. I think they have it in Birmingham University library. There you are. Let me just share them with you. Let's see if I can share it with you. Okay, Bismillah. If you bear with me for 1 minute, I will inshallah share with you the Quranic fragments I'm talking about. There you go, share on the screen. And let's see. Now, if you pay attention to this, These fragments of the Quran, especially this one here, is very interesting. Let me blow it up a bit more. There you go. Can you see that, brothers and sisters? This is the copy of the Quran that has been associated with the earliest revelation. They found fragments of the Quran in someone's loft. And then Birmingham University looked at these and they found these verses of the Quran to be the original, and they carbon dated it. And when they carbon dated it, they found these to be nearest to the time of the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This could be even the writings of one of the companions of the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam from that time. And if you read these surah, so for example, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim here, this is I'm trying to find which surah it is. I couldn't, but I have read a few. I have read Surah Taha that was made available in Birmingham Library, in University Library, and I saw it, my brothers and sisters. And I tell you, the fragment of the Quran matches to the Quran that we have today, the words, letters, everything. So there is no discrepancy in the Quran. There is no problems with the way it's been preserved. The word to word from the day it came down till today has been preserved, and Allah has guaranteed that preservation. That's what makes the Quran so unique, so unique. There is no other book in this world that has been preserved in this way. So in writing, it's been preserved. It's been preserved in the memories of millions of people. No other book in this world can be memorized like the Quran can be memorized. No other book. Have you ever heard anyone memorizing any other book from beginning to the end in the way the Quran is? No, it's impossible. It's absolutely not possible. People can do, but it cannot be a culture like we have today. Millions of Muslims memorize the Quran up and down. They read the Quran 5 times a day. In the month of Ramadan, everywhere Quran is rehearsed, read again and again and again, same words of Allah. The third point about the Quran is that there is no mistakes in the Quran. Linguistic mistakes, historic mistakes, scientific mistakes, factual mistakes, there is none whatsoever. There are no mistakes in the Quran. That is the challenge of the Quran, that you cannot find any mistakes. So, for example, if I was writing an essay, no matter how prolific I may be with English language, I will be, and inevitably, I'm bound to make mistakes. It's inevitable. I will make mistakes. If I'm making mistakes because I'm a human, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was a human. If he was making up the Quran himself, he would have made mistakes. But he did not make up the Quran himself because he would have made mistakes, and there are no mistakes in the Quran. So that's the third challenge of the Quran. You will not find any mistakes in the Quran. So first one, if you'd have doubts about the Quran, bring a chapter like the Quran. You couldn't. Secondly, the Quran has been preserved from the day it was revealed till today, word to word, in writing and in memories. And the third, there are no mistakes in the Quran, none whatsoever. You cannot find a single mistake in the Quran. And the fourth miracle that I want to talk about when it comes to the Quran is that the message of the Quran, how did the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam know some scientific truths that only became known today? So, for example, when did we come to know that the earth is not flat, but more spherical? Only recently, maybe the last 200 years. But Quran talks about earth being spherical 1400 years ago. How did the Prophet know about this? Did he have any way of going out of this universe and looking down and coming back and saying, guys, the earth is spherical? And even if he did, was there any scientific instruments like rockets, like space shuttles that we have today at his time? No. And yet he was able to produce for all of us a fact, not from himself, but as revealed by Allah, that contains scientific facts, such as how the water is evaporated from the sea because of the sun, goes to the skies, condenses, and drops down as rain, that water cycle. He was able to tell that whole of all living creatures are made of water. Is that in the Quran? وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. Every single living creature is made of water. How was he able to say that? He didn't have scientific information. He hadn't done any experiments on human body, nor had anybody done any experiments on human body to identify what human body is actually made of. Nobody had done it 1400 years ago. It's only recently that we've discovered it is true that more than 60% of our body is composed of water. Scientific fact. How did he know? How did he know the nature of sperm and egg? The sperm and the egg that meets in the uterus, and then it fertilizes, and then it goes and attaches itself to a sac and grows inside the sac and hangs from the top. All of that is described in the Quran in the form of alaqa, mudgha, in the Quranic terms. But these are scientific terms of embryology. How did the Prophet know embryology when embryology, or the knowledge of embryology at that time, wasn't prevalent? When he wasn't a scientist and there were no instruments to discover the truth of how human beings are conceived and born. He did not know. But yet he's able to tell us in details the scientific nature of the sperm and the egg and how it looks. The fact that sperm looks like a leech. The Arabic word for it is there, halaq, is like leech-like element. How did he know? Could he have made it up? If he had made it up, how could it have remained the truth, scientific facts, even under so close scrutiny as we have it today? So that's challenge number 4, that Quran contains scientific facts. In fact, there are no mistakes in it. And challenge number 5 is that it contains scientific facts that have been proven to be true today. And for the Quran, it's always been true. So challenge number 5 is that Quran contains scientific facts, and no scientific facts has yet contradicted the Quranic scientific facts. And that's the miracle of the Quran. And the other is the linguistic miracle of the Quran. The Arab people spoke Arabic before Quran came down. And yet the marvelous nature of the Quran is that Quranic Arabic became the supreme standard of Arabic. Prophet Muhammad in his day-to-day talking did not talk like the Quran. He didn't talk like the Quran. For example, أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبْلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ وَإِلَى السَّمَاءِ كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ وَإِلَى الْأَرْضِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ. He would not talk like this. This is Quran. And yet, when he's telling us that Allah has revealed verses to me, Jibreel has just told me, his words that would come out of his mouth would be completely different in style than his everyday words. The way he spoke to his companions, the way he spoke to his wife, the way he spoke to his people. He never spoke to anyone like the Quran. Quranic Arabic is unique, and unique because it is Allah's divine revelation. It did not come from anybody else. Prophet Muhammad could not have made them up. So that's number 6. Quranic linguistic Arabic is so supreme that the entire Arabic language has been transformed since the Quran came down and standardized based on Quran, and Quran provided the foundation for Arabic grammar. The modern one and the ancient one that we have in front of us was developed and derived from Quranic Arabic. Do you know, brothers and sisters, even in secular institutions, so when I was studying Arabic at my university in the UK, my teachers who were non-Muslims, even some of the Muslims who were secular, they always used to refer to the Quran for Arabic grammar and examples of how Arabic grammar and where it arrived from and how it was derived. They've always used the Quran, because Quran is the yardstick for that language itself. That's miracle number 6. Miracle number 7, I haven't finished yet, and we're talking about the Quran. Quran contains some moral outlines or parameters, rules that will remain universal for all times. If Quran was made of a human, if Quran was made by Muhammad or anybody else for that matter, They could not have given absolute morality that would be relevant forever. So, for example, Allah says, don't use usury, interest based economy, 1400 years ago. We now know today that usury, interest, is a terrible thing for any economy. When COVID-19 hit our country, our government, Bank of England in this country, put the interest rate down to below 0.5%. Because the less interest we have in our economy, the more buoyant the economy becomes, the better it becomes. 1400 years ago, Quran says, don't use economy, a moral judgment. Quran says 1400 years ago, don't drink alcohol, because if you do drink alcohol, the harm that will befall you will be far more than any benefit that you will gain. We now know this to be the truth. 1400 years later, we know alcohol affects negatively every single part of our body, from our brain, from our hair follicles to our toenails. Negatively affects, alcohol does. Alcohol clouds our judgment. It's called khamr, intoxicant. Any intoxicant would cloud our judgment. And that's why Quran has given absolute moral, point number 7, that will always remain universal. Alcohol will never be good for you, no matter who says what. Gambling is not good for you. We know this is a universal truth. Sex outside marriage is not good for you. Relationship outside marriage is not allowed for you. We know it's not good for the society because it compromises society, it destroys people's families, and so on. Absolute morality that has been outlined in the Quran will always remain absolute. They will never change. And that's the miracle of the Quran, how Quran is so true that even 1400 years later, even on basic human morals, nobody could challenge the Quran and say Quranic moral doesn't make any sense. It has not been said. It cannot be said. It is impossible to be said. Number 8, Quran, my brothers and sisters, has a healing power. Quranic words have a healing power. It is said that Abu Jahil, the one who used to oppose Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Mecca, and for several years after he migrated in Medina, even though he opposed the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he secretly used to listen to the words of the Quran when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to recite them. Quran has a melody to your heart. When you read the Quran, even the wildest of animals have been tamed. When you read the Quran, even the sickest of hearts will calm down. When you read the Quran, my brothers and sisters, Quran will heal you from within. Not as a replacement to medicine, but healing in a different way, spiritual healing. Just listen to the Quran openly. When the words are recited, your heart feels calm. If you're ever suffering from difficulty in sleeping, Rasulullah said, read Surah Al-Baqarah. If you can't read it, listen to it. Put very low volume on your phone or on your player, whatever you listen to, and listen to the Quran. Play Surah Al-Baqarah and listen to the melody of the Quran. You'll fall asleep eventually. If you get used to it, you will fall asleep eventually. Calmness. Quran brings calmness to your heart. Quran brings contentment to your heart. Quran brings calmness to the heartbeat. Quran brings a healing from within. That's the Quran for you. Number 9, Quran has offered humanity a code of life. How to manage themselves, how to organize themselves, how to run their affair, what to do with the world, how we should behave on this earth. No alternative way of life has provided such an amazing philosophy of life. Nothing alternative has been able to provide such an amazing philosophy of life. Philosophy that encompasses your personality, your individual needs, your family needs, the societal needs, the global needs. A comprehensive code of life. No other book on this universe is so comprehensive in covering all aspects of human life than the Quran. That's miracle number 9. Remember, Quran is the only comprehensive book that gives such a guidance. No other books can. No other books ever can. And miracle number 10 with the Quran is easy to understand. I know this may sound very difficult for you to accept, but Allah says that in the Quran. He says, I have revealed Quran in an easy language for you to comprehend and for you to memorize and remember. Quran has been revealed in an easy language for you to remember. Quran has been revealed in an easy language for you to memorize, even understand. The problem with us is that we don't actually take time to understand it. We assume Quran will be easily understood, but we don't take time to understand it. And because we don't take time to understand it, we struggle. Take the example of Surah Al-Fatiha. Let me put it up for you all so that you can all follow it with me. So here is Quran. Let me get the Quran out for you. And let's just go through Surah Al-Fatiha just so that you can understand how easy it is. Okay, let me share it with you. Bismillah. Share. Surah Al-Fatiha. Can you see that? Surah Al-Fatiha there? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Beneficent. That's what you're saying. In the name of Allah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious, the dispenser of grace. In other words, Allah is most kind and He is the one who gives kindness. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. All praises due to Allah, the sustainer of the worlds. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the most gracious, the dispenser of grace. Maliki Yawmiddin, Lord of the Day of Judgment. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. You alone we worship and you alone we turn for help. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, guide us the straight way. Sirat al-ladhina an'amta alayhim, ghayr al-maghdubi alayhim wa ad-dallin. The way of those whom you have favored, and not the way of those who have gone astray and earned your anger. My brothers and sisters, what is difficult to understand in such a simple message? What is difficult to understand in such a simple message? The message is simple. Quranic message is very simple. In Surah Al-Fatiha, it's about knowing where your devotion should be, recognizing Allah's kindness, asking Allah to give you His kindness, recognizing Allah's lordship, asking Him to guide you, to keep you on the right path. Simple, straightforward. You are Allah, you are the most kind, most merciful. You are the Lord of the universe. You are the Master of the Day of Judgment. You're the only one I worship. You're the only one I ask for help. Please help me to stay on the right way. The way of those whom you like, not the way of those who have gone away and earned your anger. That simplicity of message can only be found in the Quran. Can only be found in the Quran. So I've given you 10 reasons why Quran, when we believe in the Quran, we must believe in its entirety from beginning to the end, word to word, letter to letter. I know some of you have got questions. You can ask questions. Somebody has said, Tuba Tusan, I can't pronounce your first name. Zisbiga, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm really sorry. You can ask questions, of course. You can ask questions all the way through. I don't mind. I'm very happy to answer, if I can, as many questions as possible. So, brothers and sisters, help me out with this. If you think Quran is complicated to understand, why does Allah say Quran is easy to understand? If you think Allah's words are difficult to understand, show me how is it difficult. Show me how is it difficult. Here is what I showed you earlier on. So easy to understand and follow. So easily read. We just don't spend time in wanting to read or connect with it or relate to it. We make it complicated. We put it on the top shelf only and take it down when somebody is dead. We've made the Quran a book for the dead. We're not using the Quran as a guidance for humanity. Quran is not a book for the dead, my brothers and sisters. Quran is supposed to be a book for the living. Quran is a book for the living. Book for the living, my brothers and sisters. Do not forget this. Quran is the book for the living. I'm going to get a poem for you. Poem on the Quran somebody wrote who is a poet, who is a let me see if I can find it. Subhanallah, it's an amazing poem. I saw he write this. I've read it. If I find it, I'll give it to you, inshallah. Okay, so what are your questions? An answer from my son. An answer from your son, Hajar al-Ghafur. What is the question? Tell me the question first. Quran used to be a book for the living, but has become Quran a book for the living. Let me see if I can find this. A poem by Indian. I think this is the poem. Here you go. I found it. I'll read it to you, if you don't mind. Amal ka kitab thi. It was a command for action. Dua ka kitab bana diya. You turned it into a book of prayer. Samjhane ki kitab thi. It was a book to understand. Parne ki kitab bana diya. You've made a book only to read without understanding. Zindo ka dastur tha. It was a code for the living. Murdo ka manshur bana diya. You've turned this into a manifesto for the dead. Jo ilm ki kitab thi. This was a book of knowledge. Use la ilmo ko hat thamana diya. You have abdicated this to those who are ignorant. Taskhir e kayanat ka dars dene aaya thi. It came to give knowledge of the creation. Sirf madrasao ka nisab bana diya. You've abandoned it to be used in madrasas alone. Murda qawmo ko zinda karne aaya thi. It came to give life to dead nations. Murdo ko bakhshwane per laga diya. You used it for seeking mercy for the dead. Ay Musalmano, ye tum kiya kiya. O Muslims, what have you done? What have you done, O Muslims? Isn't that amazing? This is a poem written by an Indian, a former Indian president. His name is Dr. Pandit Shankar Dayal Sharma. He was a former president of India. Indian presidents are not elected, they're ceremonial. But can you just imagine? He understood the need of the Quran, but Muslims have failed to recognize the need of the Quran, the beauty of it, because they have reduced the Quran from it being a book for the living to a book that only is brought out when people are dead. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the translation of the Quran, but we are sometimes so distracted in our everyday life and we don't make time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Quran. Yes, absolutely right, Hajra Ghafur, absolutely right. We're too busy with our life to even give a few minutes of our time. If somebody said to you, a fantastic poem has come out the other day, would you like to read the poem? What would you do? A fantastic book has been written. What would you do? You'd go out of your way to read the book. If somebody says, if you read this book, you'll make $1 million, you'll go out of your way to buy the book and give it to everybody else. And yet, Quran is the book of billionaires. When I say billionaires, I mean Quran is the book of spiritual billionaires. If you really want to be rich with your heart, have a relationship with the Quran. If you want to have a terrible relationship with, or if you want to have a dead heart, then abandon the Quran. So if you want to be a billionaire, spiritual billionaire, then read the Quran. If you want to have a dead heart, then abandon the Quran. Whoever reads the Quran is fascinated by it. The reason why we need the Quran, my brothers and sisters, is because no matter who you are, where you come from, how clever you are, we all depend on a book called guidance. So if I buy a phone, my phone here, if I buy this phone, it comes with a manual, it comes in a box. If I buy a box of flat pack furniture from any store, it comes with a manual. My camera comes with a manual. My laptop came with a manual. Everything that I have in life comes with a manual. Why do I think human beings who have been created on this earth, who have been given this earth with such sophisticated brain and such an amazing world around them, will not be given a manual to follow? A manual is their guidance so that they can lead a good life. What makes you think they don't need a manual? Those people who say they don't need a manual, they're deluding themselves. We all need a manual. Without a manual, we're all lost. So I'm going to, of course, it's open all the way. Ask any question you like about the Quran. Let's see if we can discover the Quran. Here you go, brothers and sisters. Can you see right behind me on the screen? You can actually see it if I can move this chair. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 volumes of Quran Encyclopedia. It's called Encyclopedia of the Quran. If you go through this encyclopedia, you will find wealth of information. This is in English language. There are many other books that I have all around me, all relating to the Quran. If you look at the top shelf, you've got Tafsir of the Quran from Fi Dhilal al-Quran, from Ibn Kathir's Tafsir of the Quran, Ma'arif al-Quran, the meaning of the Quran, Journey through the Quran. I've got Tafsir of Quran on that side. There are no reasons why you should not have a relationship with the Quran. There is no reason. Why are some people, speakers of Chinese and English, so why are more people speakers of Chinese and English and not Arabic? That's why it's difficult to understand, because we have to learn another language. Well, Fatima, sadly, that is the political reality of our day to day. That there was a time the world's language was Arabic. Did you know a large number of Europeans from Britain, from France, from Germany, whenever they wanted to learn and become known as learned and knowledgeable and civilized, they wanted to be known as the top people of knowledge, they went to the Muslim world, they went to Baghdad, they went to Kairouan in Tunisia, they went to fairs in North Africa, in Morocco, they went to Granada, Cordoba in Spain, Granada in Spain, and studied Arabic language, Islam, history and philosophy, mathematics and medicine with Muslim scholars and theologians. That's when Muslims were at the height of civilization. Because we've abandoned the Quran, because we became too disunited and fractured from within, other people have taken over. And naturally, those languages have become well spoken. You don't have to always speak Arabic globally to know the power of the Quran. It's very important to understand that you don't need the world to speak Arabic language for you to understand the Quran. You need to pick up the Quran and you need to read it and understand it. Understanding the Quran does not require rocket science. That's what the Quran is. Allah's words are talking to you and me directly. Alfonso says, does the encyclopedia break down the Quran to understand it easier? No, encyclopedia is only available for academic studies. It's topic by topic. It's not broken down to understand. Tafsir of the Quran is available for you to understand the Quran. The meaning of the Quran is not complicated. It's not complicated. If you want to study the Quran, I'm doing the entire journey through the Quran next month. For those of you who haven't yet signed up, I recommend you go to the course details. I'll share it with you right now, and inshallah you can sign up to the program and come and join and get your families to join. Let me see if I can get the details for you, my brothers and sisters. I think I'll be able to find it here. I'll share it with you. Quran course is available starting next month, and I want you to come. Don't be shy. Don't be shy in learning the Quran. We all spend so much money in buying things that are not necessary for our lives. And yet, if I asked you to purchase a ticket for a course in the Quran, some of you will say, oh, come on, brother, it's too expensive. I can't afford it. I don't want to force anybody. But really, if you want to buy something that will benefit you, you will find money for it. Here is the Quran course. It's called 30 Rules of Life. I did this in the month of Ramadan. It was very popular. And I'm going to do this again starting on the 5th of August, every Wednesday, every Friday, between 7 and 8:30 p.m., 1.5 hours, every week, twice a week. And in 15 weeks, you would have gone through the entire Quran and learned 30 most significant rules of life and understood the Quran in a way that you've never understood before. If you really want to join this program, I'm going to share with you the link on the page next to us, on the chat page where we're talking. And by that, my brothers and sisters, I recommend that you all try and attend. There is no reason why you shouldn't attend. Why would you not attend? You would attend because you'll benefit from it. Not only you will benefit from it, but your children will benefit from it. I know people who came to our program, they brought their families, entire families came to it. It was really beneficial, alhamdulillah. I recommend you all to come, if you don't mind, my brothers and sisters, and come. I'm going to try and see if I can stop sharing. Okay, that's good. Let me see if I can find that page and then give it to you, the link itself, so you can all try and sign up to it, inshallah. So you come and you tell everybody. We're doing so many programs this summer. We've got a program for those who want to learn the Quran or understand the Quran. This is the link for those of you who are interested in finding the link. There you go. I put the link on the side. So just go there, find the details, book and attend. It helps us continue our program. It helps you to understand the Quran. We also have a program for children for the whole month of August, starting from 2nd of August all the way till the 20th of August, 5 days a week. Also learning about the Quran, in a fun way, in a way that would be beneficial to them, in a way that would be beneficial to everybody. And I recommend you to invite them to come too. We're doing this program called, let me show you. And again, you will find this interesting. I'm hopeful, inshallah. Let's see if I can get it up. There you go. And for those of you who are interested in getting your children to attend, here is your chance. There is no reason why you couldn't get your children to attend this program. Let me see, where is my page gone? There you go. Okay, bismillah. This is the one I'm trying to share. Complicated technology sometimes. When I know what I'm doing, it becomes easier. For those of you who want to come to our program for the kids summer school, there you go. Islamic summer school for children is also happening in the month of August. Please come. Please ignore my above comment. The answer is yes. What's the question? Can other family members join in if you pay once? And also, will sessions be recorded if you can't make it? So answer to that question is, if the entire family sits together in one room, of course they can watch. It's a family program. Summer school is for the family, for the children. All children can sit in one room, the family, in each family, of course. And this program will be done in different age groups. So please do try and attend. Get your children to attend. So there are programs for you and there are programs for your children. There is no reason why you should then complain, oh my God, I don't get the chance to learn about the Quran. Here is the chance. I've given you two opportunities, one for yourself and one for your children. This summer, inshallah, don't waste it. Don't allow the time to be wasted. Quran is easy to understand. Get your children to love the Quran. Get yourself to love the Quran by building a special relationship based on knowledge. Very important. Okay, so I have talked about the Quran a lot today. I've talked about why we should believe in the entirety of the Quran. Can you believe on part of the Quran, brothers and sisters? Can you say, okay, I believe in part. I don't believe in the whole Quran. I'm going to believe in this part and I don't want to believe in that part. Can you do that? Can you say, I'm going to practice only certain parts and not practice the other parts? Can you say that? What do you think? Can you say, okay, I'm going to be a good Muslim, inshallah, but I don't think I'm going to use Quran when it comes to politics? Can you say that? Can you say, I'm going to be a good Muslim, but I'm going to ignore the Quran when it comes to my economy, my business, my transactions? I'm going to just ignore it. Can you say, I'm going to ignore Quran when it comes to other things? Will the kids program be 10 a.m. for all age? Yes. It starts at 10 o'clock, kids program, every day, 10 till 12, and there will be 3 groups within which they will be taught. So, for example, the groups will be broken up into group 1 between 7 and 10. Imam Abdul Qadir would be teaching them. Group 2, age between 11 and 13, Imam Ishaq Jasad will be teaching them. And group 3 will be 14 to 17, I will be teaching them every day between the hours of 10 and 12. And you can put all your children, because it's a family package here. Obviously, there are 3 different age groups. Because the program are going to run all parallel at the same time, you will perhaps need 3 phones to connect with, or 3 computer points to connect with. You will find a way, inshallah. It's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. Anyway, my question still remains. No, you have all. No, you have to believe it in all. Yes, correct. Will kids? Alfonso, you're correct. You cannot believe part of the Quran and reject the other, because Allah says that in the Quran. أَفَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِبَعْدِ الْكِتَابِ وَتَكْفُرُونَ بِبَعْدِ. Are you going to accept some part of the Quran and reject the other? Khalid Ali said, when is this? I've just shared with you a link. Khalid Ali, if you're looking for children's program, here it is. We're starting, inshallah, I'm sharing the link again. We're starting that on the 2nd of August, whole month of August. We'll be doing a program using Zoom. It's called a family program for children, summer school for children. And if you are looking for a program for adults, then I've also shared that with you here. And there you go. I put it up on the screen. If you want to come along, you can. And inshallah, you can join the program. Take a screenshot if you like, or take a picture of the screen. This is for adults. This is for Quran for adults. And then if I go down here and show the children, and this is for children. You have no reason not to attend now. Please do tell everybody. It's available on our website, barefootinstitute.com. And we're doing it in partnership with Whiteman Road Mosque. MashaAllah, my dear sister Rabi and the trustees and the team have been very helpful. So children's program will be taught by Imam Abdul Qadir, our everyday Imam of this masjid. MashaAllah, has served us for a long time. Imam Jasat, you saw him helping us so much, MashaAllah, in the month of Ramadan, and he continues to do so. And myself in 3 different groups, inshallah. Some people said that Quran has been modified to fit the Arab lifestyle. What do you have to say? Well, show me an example of what has been modified to suit the Arab lifestyle. I tell you, not a single bit of the Quran has been modified to suit anything. We have to modify our character to fit the Quran, not the other way around. What that means, we can have Wi-Fi from 5 a.m. I didn't say that. You can have Wi-Fi from 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is when we are starting our Quran program for children. And for adults, we have the program starting in the evening, Wednesdays and Fridays, every day from also beginning of August. So please do join. Make our program success. If you make it successful, we can do more, inshallah. It's a partnership between us and myself from the Barefoot Institute, as well as from the Whiteman Road Mosque. We're doing it together, inshallah. Please, my brothers and sisters, join us and tell your friends and your families. Circulate this information to everybody. If you want, I will get Sister Rabi to send it to you. And also you will find it on my Facebook. Both of these posters are on my Facebook right as we speak. I can put it up if you like. In fact, I will, inshallah, so that you have it. We are here in the USA. That's why, 5 a.m. Well, if the children can wake up at 5 a.m. and participate in our program, wonderful. If the children can't participate, the adults can participate if you're in the USA, because the Quran program is in the evening, and it's perfect timing for you to join us Wednesdays and Fridays, inshallah. Okay, brothers and sisters, Are there any further questions about Quran today? I would still like to hear from Eco Clean London Limited, who said some people said that the Quran has been modified to fit the Arab lifestyle. What do you say about that? I would like to know what evidence do you have to support that, because there has been nothing that has been modified to fit or suit anything else. Omar Harran said, thank you, Brother Ajmal, for enlightening me today. You're welcome. Nazaleen Muhammad said, Badrul Alam Mustafa, may he attain, may Allah forgive him and give him the highest of paradise, inshallah. Fatima Mangera says, yes, we will be up for Fajr, inshallah. Well, you can join us as well. Wherever you are, please join, and please let people know. Let us make this program a success. Let us share this good news to everybody. 3 Imams will be providing kids program every day for entire month of July, Monday to Friday, between 10 and 12, and it will be done at the comfort of your own home. All you do is just subscribe to it. Go to the website barefootinstitute.com, or you go to our masjid website, which is Whiteman Road Mosque's own website, and subscribe, please, my brothers and sisters. It's so simple. The boys and I enjoyed this session. Alhamdulillah, Hajra Ghafoor. May Allah bless your family. May Allah bless all of your families. So nothing about the Quran was modified to suit anyone's particular culture. We have to change our behavior, our culture and habit to so that we can fit the Quranic one. We should not think about modifying the Quran. Yes, Sister Khalida, we mean August. I'm really sorry if I meant any other day. August. So it starts in August the 2nd for the summer school for kids. August the 2nd, I'm going to, August the 3rd to be more precise. It says Tuesday here. It starts on Monday. I will inshallah correct that. But you will find all the details on our website, barefootinstitute.com. Please go there and you will find it, inshallah. So may I recommend you all to be able to join our program, to be able to connect with us, and tell your families and friends to do the same. It starts on Monday, inshallah. 10 a.m. it finishes and starts and finishes at 12 every day. As I said before, I just want to be 100% sure that it is correct. And it will finish, inshallah, on September the 1st, or sorry, we'll finish at the end of August. As I said, whole month of August, you will be getting undisturbed education for your children. And this will be one of the most amazing programs your children have ever attended. And they will, I'm sure, enjoy it, and they will be transformed as a consequence. So I've corrected some of the mistakes that people have told me about. If you want to buy the ticket, all you have to do is go on to follow this link I've just shared, and I'll share again for those of you who don't know. It's on the screen, but I will put it on the chat on the side. Quran is for everybody. Looking forward to join, inshallah. Jamila Mangera, thank you. Please tell everybody. Fatima Mangera, tell everybody. Khalid Ali, tell everybody. Hajra, please tell everybody. Inshallah, we can together make a huge success of our programs. The more we do, the more we learn, the better we become as a community. So today, I'd like to finish my program by 8 o'clock, unless there are any questions. Is the Quran available in the way it was revealed? Not the way it's, no, Quran isn't available in the way, in the order of revelation. It was compiled slightly differently by the supervision of Jibreel to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and it was ordered in that way in his lifetime and recorded. So, however, scholars have noted the order of revelation, and they can tell you the order of revelation in details. Yes, it is available. If you want to study that, you can, inshallah. May Allah bless you all. Just a couple of announcements for Whiteman Road Masjid. Whiteman Road Masjid, inshallah, will be opening on the 20th. And not for Jum'ah, for only Dhuhr prayer for the first week. And then hopefully they will increase their programs for other other aspects, other 5 daily prayers, inshallah. Somebody has asked me again to share the link for the Quran program for adults. Here you go, Quran program for adults. I'm going to share here, paste and share. And my brothers and sisters, there's Quran program for adults, and I'll show it to you on the screen, and you can take a screenshot if you like, inshallah. I wanted to show you this on the screen. This is called 30 Rules of Life. you hopefully will go and find out more from our detailed information that I've given you earlier. So what was I saying? I was saying the Whiteman Road Masjid will be opening from the 20th for only Dhuhr prayer. Jum'ah prayer, not yet. Inshallah, in the future, you'll find out. First week, we are experimenting to see how things go. If things go well and if things go accordingly and we don't see any problems and we are all abiding by the rules that have been laid out, then we will be there, inshallah. Is there a discount code? Said Alfonso. Yes, there is a discount code, Alfonso. You pay double, inshallah. Remember, whatever you pay goes to, so with the Quran program, you pay for the program itself. The children's program, especially, the program is going to be supporting our masjid activities as well. So our imams will be working with us. Our community will be served through this program. That's part and parcel of the program the masjid is doing, and we're supporting it. And we're doing it together, inshallah. Please support us with your children joining the Quran program. Support us with the program that we have for adults, and share it with everybody. So as I was saying, masjid will open on the 20th, and this will be only open for Dhuhr prayer, not for 5 daily prayers or Jum'ah yet. After the experiment and see how things go, they will then announce further, and keep an eye open. When you do come to the masjid, please make sure you bring a mask. You make wudu at home. You wear socks. You will not be allowed in the mosque with no socks. So if you're even wearing sandals, bring a pair of socks with you. And you need to bring a bag for your shoes. And you must make sure that your temperature is checked on entrance. You register before you come. And if you have got any COVID signs, please don't come to the masjid, because you'll cause problem for other people. Stay at home and pray at home. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to finish my program. It's about 3 minutes before 8 o'clock. What about if I only have one child? Is the price still the same? Yes, it is the same, because we're giving it as a family program. So it's important that you understand families, one family supporting another, and the family helps. And we are all trying to do it together. It's for 4 weeks. You're getting 5 days every week, 2 hours every week for your child or your children. That's a lot. And if you really multiply it, it's not much. So it's 4 weeks, 4 times 5 is 20. So if you divide up how much you're going to pay, you're paying about £5-6 an hour for your children to study Quran. Subhanallah, that is absolutely amazing investment. Make that investment and make a difference in the lives of your children and in your own life. Because if you make a difference in your own life, my brothers and sisters, you will see suddenly you're connecting with your children at the same level, more meaningful. You're connecting with your children at a level that you have never imagined possible, more intelligent, more loving, more together, inshallah, inshallah. So with these words, I want to finish. I want to say to you all, thank you for joining me. I will be here again, inshallah, next Sunday for our family circle, inshallah. And if you want further details, I will be sending out the leaflets flyers to Sister Rabi, and she's going to send it to everybody. May Allah bless you all. May Allah keep us protected. May Allah keep us united. May Allah increase our iman, our knowledge, and may Allah make us all strong, knowledgeable, enlightened people, inshallah. Sani Mazumdar says, your last khutbah was very strong. Hope Muslim leaders will wake up before it's too late. May Allah wake us all up. Anyway, brothers and sisters, with this, no further ado, no delay, 8 o'clock it is. I'm going to say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.